We're back at windy New Brighton on Merseyside, Seaside Resort. We were last here 400 days ago, which is over a year, early last summer. And we looked at Trump's prospects for the 2020 presidential election. And at that moment, they were absolutely excellent. The economy was booming, his popularity was high, his rallies were getting a lot of attention. He was doing really well. And it looked like it was more than a shoe-in to become, to win his second term as president. But this year has been a year of difficulties and surprises. I mean, this whole COVID virus, how would you describe it? Is it a fiasco? Is it a reality? Whatever it is, it's thrown a real spanner in the works, and it's made things extremely difficult. And it's caused, of course, the economy to tank. A lot of unemployment, a lot of people are struggling, a lot of people are very concerned about their future, a lot of people are very concerned about the virus itself, and a lot of that fear has been projected onto Trump. I mean, the media, which is really just a mouthpiece of the Democrat Party, the Marxist mainstream media, has used every difficulty to paint a negative picture of Trump, and of course that impacts people, and he looks more vulnerable to this to defeat now. There's a possibility of a Joe Biden presidency has come on the horizon, and we're going to have to look at what that would actually mean, a Joe Biden presidency. But Trump cannot be written off. Trump is a maestro, and he's the comeback kid. I mean, they're saying now he's in a difficult situation, possibility of a Democrat landslide. We heard all this in 2016 with Hillary Clinton. And of course it was false. Trump won because his base is strong. He's got this 65 million strong Trump army which is totally committed to him and which will turn out to vote for him in November. And that's his base. He has to build on that base. He needs some independence as well. He needs to win about 10% of the black vote. He needs to get about 30% of the Hispanic vote. But he's reaching out. The economy is bouncing back. The coronavirus is in retreat, and during August we'll see the economy take off again. So it will put Trump in a much better position. As people are concerned, they're concerned about their wallet, they're concerned about their stomach, how they're going to provide for their families, and Trump has got to speak into that need. But Trump, before the coronavirus, had a fantastic track record on the economy. People remember that, and they've got faith that he can revive the economy again coming out of this crisis. But of course, as we come out of this crisis, we've had the mob, haven't we? Black Lives Matter, the traumatization of the American cities, riots, attacks, defund the police, Black Lives Matter, all milked by Democrat mayors, all milked by the Democrat Party, all turning their anger onto Trump. But that's not America. America is not the mob. America is not BLM. The American people are fighting back now against the mob and pushing them back into their place. We've seen in New York City, BLM had a big rally, 10,000 people, but 20,000 people turned up to support the police. We've seen all these memorials that they've destroyed, BLM, many of them being replaced with Black Lives Matter sort of memorials, well, you know, sculptures and writings, graffiti. But they're now being destroyed by the American people. The American people don't want to defund the police. In fact, there's a counter movement now called refund the police. There's a total rejection of BLM and its Marxist ideology, its ideology of conflict, its portrayal of certain groups as oppressed and other people as oppressors. It's not reality. The reality is we're all in this together as a nation. We all have to strive to do our best. We all have to aspire to improve the situation. And Trump speaks into that. I mean, his speech that he made at Mount Rushmore, where he spoke about the ideals of the American Revolution, the ideals of the American Constitution, equality before the law, opportunities for everybody, you know, fairness for everybody, irrespective of race or religion or creed. This is the American mantra, you know. And Black Lives Matter, trying to give prominence to certain groups and claim victim status for certain groups. It's not the way the Americans think. The Americans want fairness, that's all they want. And Trump is a fair-minded man, and he's given opportunities for all Americans. I mean, the truth is, black Americans have done extremely well during the Trump presidency, and then they weren't hostile to him. He's got a lot of support in the black community, and we've seen with this woman, Bevelyn Beatty, and Jesus Matters movement. She's going out in New York City and painting the Black Lives Matter slogan, which is the mayor has written on the road. De Blasio has written this across the road. She's painting it out black, and she's staring people to fight back against BLM, to fight back against these Marxist lies. And it means that Trump's position gets stronger because of that. Trump's bouncing back, and my confidence is returning now that he's going to win this election in November, because people are looking at Joe Biden, and he's shot, as Trump said. He's an empty suit. He's got nothing to offer. He's a geriatric. His mind is gone. He can only read off a teleprompter. He can't enter into debates. He can't have in-depth interviews. He can't speak extempore. I mean, how the Democrats picked Joe Biden is bizarre, because it's obvious that he's suffering from senility, increasing senility, and he's far too fragile. He's a weak, fragile old man, and he shouldn't be in this presidential race. Not even sure if he knows he's in it. He's just going along as an automatum. He's been a politician for 40 years, and he can act the role of a politician, but his mind isn't there. He can't focus on the issues. And how could he possibly be a president? I mean, the White House is a very sort of fractious institution. Different groups are always disputing with each other and fighting each other for influence and power, and it's got to be the president who referees this, the president who nominates and chooses the people who are going to get into prominent positions. Joe Biden is not capable of that. That's a crucial role the president has to play. The president has to lead from the front, and Trump has done that through his whole, we're coming up to his 4th year as president. He's led from the front, he's taken the flak, and he's proved a great leader. Joe Biden couldn't do that. He can't lead America forward. Joe Biden is a bridge to nowhere, and the real danger is the Marxists and the radicals who've taken over the Democrat Party. They would use a Biden presidency to advance their cause, the AOCs of this world, and they would create chaos in America. They would empower the mob. They would expand the mob and bring anarchy to the United States. They would seek to overthrow many aspects of the American Constitution, including the Electoral College, the role of the Senate, the Supreme Court. It'd be a very dangerous situation. And America doesn't need that. America's an incredibly successful country. The middle class in America, they want stability. They want to get back to their prosperous way of life post-coronavirus. And that's what Trump offers. Trump needs a second term. And although 400 days, I said that Trump is 500 days from re-election, I now think he is 100 days away from re-election, and the world can settle down again, and the advance of nationalism can continue, and our victories will go on under the auspices of the great Donald Trump. Thank you.